What's up, gamers? We're already live. That was quick as hell. Just realized I forgot my phone on the other side of my room. Okay? So, well, there's only VOD watchers here, actually, so you can look at this cover art for Pink Lemonade by Split Tab. Legendary song going on here. Alright, I have my phone now. I promise I am a content creator. Let me check and make sure shit's not broken. Wowee, would you look at that? I turned the music up slightly. I don't know if that was a horrible idea, but just before this, did a little recording to make sure levels were good and awesome. Because that's something I forget that I can do. As you can see, there's 5 trillion things open. I wasn't supposed to do anything else, right? I don't think so. No, we're live, bro. I got transparent Twitch chat. I'm gonna be doing a stupid little horrible editing stream. Because I hate myself, dude. New year, old me. Older me, in fact. New year, worse me. Because, that's what I titled the stream, because I have been not streaming whatsoever. And I guess it's still New Year, New Me because I haven't been editing this video. I don't remember when I recorded it. Significantly longer than a week ago because the VOD isn't up anymore, but I'm 1 minute into the recording, so that's kind of insane. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a bad editing stream because I hate myself. And what was the other thing? I don't know. It's still New Year, New Me because I've been like working out a bunch. And I'm like might have a job soon or something. Maybe, but I feel like I've been saying that, but the thing is I like live in the middle of nowhere and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go obtain a job." And there aren't that many jobs near me, so I'm like, if they're hiring, I'm assuming they need workers, and there aren't that many people that live here. So if I apply, they're going to be like, "Sure, this kid has reasonable um qualifications," even though I don't. Um but it's significantly harder to obtain a job. Here's the thing, gamers. Um Hang on, let me just scratch my eyeball for a second. What was I gonna say? I think on paper I'm like the worst candidate for a job, but in reality, I'm kind of the greatest option for any sort of job, you know? And I'm a narcissist, so I'm definitely a little bit biased here, but I'm a genius, of course. Super creative. I'm a jack of all trades that doesn't actually know any trades, which means I know video editing, photo editing, sound design because of all this stupid YouTube stuff. I know all the YouTube stuff, all the minutia of like making accounts and descriptions and whatnot, like which I've been getting even more acquainted with recently, with being consistent on Instagram and the text apps. I knew that was me saying because I fucking recognize the like waveform of the word. And granted, sometimes it's me saying and, but longer. Like when I'm like and, that sometimes looks like. Like I could do a demonstration. I'm not going to, but you can do voiceover now super easily in DaVinci Resolve. If you do this, and it's actually not that easy because if your mic isn't already plugged in when you open DaVinci, it like breaks and does weird shit. And so you have to close DaVinci, plug in your mic, and then open DaVinci again. But the voiceover, it's actually, I would ignore the massive voice crack, but it's actually horrible because it doesn't like have mic filters on it or something. I don't even know. It just doesn't sound as good. And so when I'm doing voiceover stuff, well, even my computer is like fucked because I don't even know, like Microsoft does automatic filtering and whatnot. And I don't even know what happens on my computer, but I'm pretty sure my mic quality should be better than it is. But I didn't recognize that was an looks like I'm actually stupid. But you actually can't even hear the editing that well, so I don't know why I shouldn't be talking about it. I should just be editing and yapping. But what was I saying? Hang on, hang on. I'm gonna come back to what I was saying. Watch this. Got my fingers out to my temples like I'm reading someone's mind. Dude, that's often what I'm doing um when I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Is this the French one? This is the French one, dude. Let's go. There's another one near the end, I think. What is happening? Yeah, this one right here. Not gonna try to pronounce it because I don't know. Sorry, VOD watchers, which is everyone watching this right now, but I actually don't even know what I was saying. I wasn't talking about minutia. That was something I already abandoned accidentally, I think. Or was I? I'm gonna cry, dude. I think I actually was saying something kind of cool. Oh, I was talking about mic filters? Is that what I was talking about? Yes, I was. I was talking about my mic should sound better than it does, but my computer does weird shit, and I end up just having to, um, what I do is I get this separate cord that I have, which is a USB-C to C, and I literally plug my freaking microphone into my phone because then it doesn't have like weird filters and nonsense on it. It just like picks up sound like a microphone. Um, and sometimes the filters are actually, I don't know if there's one time where I've liked filters and shit that my computer does. Is this me saying
Anyway, in my unfortunate adventures, so like,
It's not. Shit, never mind. I was like, I'm gonna have to do editing and shit because I started yapping late on this. But then I'm like, oh wait, quite a while ago I realized that when I'm splicing together audio, I don't have to like,
but anyway,
because before I would do this where I would only click on the audio and then delete that and then move this, and that takes so much more time than um just splicing it. Like if you do this, but then do this, because all the audio is good, and then you can just drag the video over, and then it's just seamless, you know? Which is significantly faster, because it saved me hours upon hours. So I can do that later. I can drag all of that and make sure it fits nicely
day in and day out, I
with me
found
yapping here,
ranked ballistic.
because I think I forgot what I was supposed to be yapping about.
Like,
That's the thing. I'm so bad at remembering intros, which is why I often, when I'm like, I have a good intro that like has a joke and like low-key a cold open sort of, I have to write all of it down verbatim because otherwise I will try to go on 5,000 different tangents. And even when I write it down verbatim, I don't say it verbatim because I sort of think of a tangent, even if it's just like a mini tangent. Um, I guess that's not even a mini tangent. That's just me
I think there's normal ballistic. I
like
don't know.
adding on a couple words or saying something slightly differently,
Um,
which sometimes is good and cool and awesome. And I end up liking when I do that, and
CS:GO.
it's like I'm happy that I had thought of whatever. But then, um, I don't know. Twitch is telling me stuff. Oh, cool! A live streamer went live. There's live streamers that are live currently. Like, I don't have ADHD. Hang on, but I was watching Ashby, who is now not live anymore. I'm gonna follow Ashby live on stream. Look at this. That's crazy. Um, and then I started watching Good Mythical Morning for 2.5 minutes, and then I was like, hey, I should do a live stream. I'm gonna just close this because it's using up 730 megabytes of memory apparently. Um, I so wish you could just unload shit because look at this. This is 281 megabytes freed up because it's an inactive tab. I wish I could like right click on this and make it inactive. But you can't. And
When
I
I
don't think
first
that's a
loaded,
feature
it sounds like a
anywhere
virtual.
on any um web browser because I've tried it in the past when I like also had Chrome maybe. That sounds like something I tried, but I don't remember also having Chrome.
Is happening.
Maybe not. Maybe I had some other web browser, and then I think I looked it up, and it's just not a feature that exists anywhere. I'd be thinking of some crazy cool features for stuff. Like I feel like I could just make any sort of app but make it good. Probably not because that actually like requires work and you have to like make the app, you have to like do a bunch of coding and web designing and graphic design and whatnot. Um, which tends to be what happens. I'm like, hey, I could make a video game. Hey, I could become a YouTuber, and then it actually is a lot more work than what I had thought I was signing up for. Um, I think soon I have to stop editing to the audio because it's about to turn into a YouTube video that I have to start editing properly instead of just a cold open and intro and whatnot. 2.5 minutes in, it's gonna start not being the intro anymore. I was gonna say that makes sense, but it doesn't because
Stuff and things, but
why am I so annoying? I just said stuff and things. That's just how I talk, apparently. I said apparently, that's just what I say. I just be saying stuff and things. But what was I gonna say? I think I was gonna say stuff and things, honestly. I wasn't, but I was talking about I actually don't know. That's so cool. I've 1 trillion percent like I've accepted the fact that I probably have ADHD, you know? Like at first I really didn't well, I don't know if I didn't want to have ADHD. That sounds like evil or whatever. Not in like a ADHD is bad kind of way, just in like a I don't think I have ADHD and I'm just bad at doing things and I'm a bad person or whatever. And I don't want to like take the stolen valor of being like, "Oh, I have ADHD. What was me?" That's hang on, that sounds like I'm saying something else. Um I'm not saying people with ADHD are like, "Woe is me." I'm just saying I don't want to like accept that as an excuse and I don't want to like say that I have ADHD because I don't. And right now I'm kind of saying I have ADHD, even though I'm not professionally diagnosed in any way, shape, or form. But um, I don't want to accept that stolen valor there. So I've never been diagnosed, but also I've sort of leaned into it. I'm like, I've accepted that it might be true, and it's most likely true that I have ADHD.
um,
Which is low-key the same experience you go through if you're queer. Shout out queer people. You're like, what? That's not me. I'm just a really good ally. Like shout out gay people. Um, but it could never be me. I keep saying shit that sounds evil. I don't mean it. I don't mean to be evil, okay, gamers? All right? So that's not what I meant. I just meant that I'm not going to explain it because I just said that I mean that I'm not evil. But gay, okay? You're like, I don't think that's me, you know? I'm just normal is the first word that came to mind, but I understand that that's kind of problematic. But I'm just boring. They're not normal, but um, it's not that hard to argue that cis straight people are kind of boring, you know? They're vanilla, if you will. Maybe not that, but I'm gonna just aggressively gulp water and tell you to take care of yourself to avoid me trying to cancel myself, which is what I'm trying to do. 1.5 minute into recording or editing this.
I guess it's not that new anymore, but they
Didn't I discover that this game mode is newer than I thought it was? Because it says beta or something on it,
just a while back when
and there's only like 3 maps or something. But I think leaning into the ADHD is helpful. Even if I don't have ADHD, I'm leaning into the potentially having ADHD brain because it's better for yapping because I've sort of learned to let go of things a lot easier when I'm like, oh, what was I just thinking about? I have no clue. I guess we're moving on, even though that's kind of heartbreaking. Although sometimes I'll sit here for like 1.5 minutes. And also going back and watching shit is so much harder and worse and terrible because I will pause here for a second like I just did thinking of something and I'm like, oh, I just paused for like a second. But then you go back while you're like editing and shit. Like here, let me hit Control Z. This right here probably didn't feel like that big of a gap when I was here. But look at this, dude. This is massive. This is like, how many seconds is this? I don't know. Bro, why is this in 60 frames per second? I don't know anything about editing or whatever, dude. I just hit random settings,
then you hop
okay?
into ranked ballistic, and then it's
DaVinci Resolve just does shit for me, okay?
like, look at all this shit.
Which is probably actually bad because that means um weirdly I've been rotoscoping a lot more recently. Ever since I learned about rotoscoping, I've just been doing it, which is unfortunate because it's not
Whatever.
fun whatsoever. It's not fun at all. Um and 60 frames, that's more frames that is potential rotoscoping, you know? If I need to do any rotoscoping in this video, that's a whole lot of frames there, which is rather unfortunate. I've been inhaling a lot recently. I don't know if it's just because I'm doing it louder or maybe I did something else with my mic and so it's picking it up more. But like, look at this. I'm just inhaling right there, you know? And I probably did it several times in this live stream. Like, watch this. Okay, that might have been so loud. It might have been so loud that it didn't even pick up on the mic because I went up close to the mic. Um, which people often do. I've been seeing them. Oh, is this? I remember there was a song on this album that was like, there's an instrument that comes in that's like kind of it's like foghorn-esque. Maybe not foghorn, but it's like, at first I was like, whoa, this is so interesting, so cool. Like, what is that sound? And then it's like super, not out of tune, like out of key. I don't know anything about music. I don't know if it actually was, but it just sounds super wonky and strange, which means probably it was out of key. Um, but not in a bad way, obviously, because if it's that intentional, it's probably, or if it's that obvious, it's probably intentional. Um, but yeah,
Um,
also leaning into the, I guess maybe being me, and also, which reminded me of a tangent that I'm not going to go on. Leaning into the being me and potentially having ADHD, I've just been marveling at YouTubers who can be coherent. Like Jacksepticeye has been uploading a ton of videos recently, and every time he does, I watch him say words and do stuff. And granted, it's not, I don't know, I think sometimes it's not coherent. Like sometimes he'll start a thought and then something in the game happens and he doesn't come back to it ever again. Or he gets distracted or whatever and doesn't come back to it. But it's new YouTubers seem much more intentional. And I don't know if that's just more um they're just better at it or they're
my dumbass didn't configure my.
probably that they're better at it.
We had to stop the stream because my dumbass didn't configure the recording settings properly.
I should edit that properly, but I don't know if better YouTubers are just I guess they're just better at editing it together in a more coherent way, or they're actually more intentional with stuff that they say. Because it seems super intentional. Like when you watch it, they switch between like playing the game or like doing a bit, like making jokes, doing stuff. But me, it's much more incoherent and strange and weird and whatnot. Which I guess maybe just comes with the territory of only having done this for like 3 years, kind of. I keep saying 3 years, and I've been saying 3.5 years because it's actually. Oh, I guess it's kind of nearing it. Maybe, maybe not. No, I don't think so. Um, but it is sort of, which doesn't make sense because I forgot to cross-reference something, but when I was backing up a bunch of like footage and whatnot, um, I have stuff labeled like from 2022, which was 4 years ago, I guess. Oh, wait, what am I saying? It's because I started way late in the year. I started in September, which is the ninth month, you know? So if I've been doing it for like 3 years, then it's gonna span across 4 different years, right? Which didn't really make sense when I was looking at it, but I guess that makes sense now. I just didn't really
Yeah,
put
there
that much
is that
thought
little
into it at the time.
um
That is me saying I was kind of wondering because it looked like me saying This is why editing streams are bad because um I should be paying attention. Not paying it. Well, yeah, I should be paying attention. I should be editing right now because this is like an important part. I guess well, I was gonna say, I guess there's no one here. Maybe I should just focus in and lock in and yap and edit, or rather not yap and just edit. Um, but then I'm like, oh, that means the VOD watchers are here, which means they can't. First of all, they can't hear the music and they can barely hear the editing. So maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. Maybe it'll be chill and they can just watch, you know? I was gonna talk about lore. That's that tangent I was saying I'm not gonna talk about earlier, but I was like,
so
put a pin in that. Talk about it in a
here we
second.
are back at it again. Yeah, there is that little whatchamacallit that you saw earlier.
I don't know what I'm talking about here because I wasn't paying attention earlier. I was just editing to the sound.
What do I want? What
Okay.
do I
Here, let me
want?
do an edit here, like a professional YouTuber, you know? If I'm focusing in on the game after, I'm assuming just yapping for a second. I don't know if that's actually what was just happening. Um, but let me do that. Also, I'm doing this, I connected the audio to um just a soccer thing, which is
What do I
something I
want?
forgot. I figured out this was probably the better way to be connecting the audio to something because before I would just connect it to a picture, which is super complicated because um you have to like link them and then they have to be the same length and then you turn them into a compound clip or something. Because the reason why you have to do all that, because when you try to retime audio and okay, it actually doesn't even work. That's awesome. I actually
What do I
love to see
want?
that. I kind of hate DaVinci Resolve sometimes because it was working before. Like, what it, what? Why is it not doing anything? The whole fucking reason why I'm like, oh, let's connect it to this soccer clip is because normally you can't retime audio in DaVinci Resolve, but if you like connect them, if they're a compound clip here, like they are, usually you can retime the clip and it'll also retime the audio. But it's actually not even working for some reason, even though it is and it should. What did I just click? How did I do that? What? I'm hitting Control R, which I thought was supposed to just close this thing. DaVinci Resolve is an industry standard and it's super cool and awesome, but low-key it's broke as hell in a lot of different aspects, which I guess everything is to an extent. Everything has bugs, but it's kind of broke as hell. And the more you jump into different like softwares and like stupid game dev bullshit and editors and photo stuff and whatever, the more you're like, everything is just broke as shit. I'm not the only one who tries to make something and it ends up being absolutely horrible. Not saying DaVinci Resolve is absolutely horrible because it's far from it. It's an industry standard, I'm pretty sure. Isn't it? Like when it comes to movies and shit, because color grading, everyone talks about color grading in DaVinci. Look at this. Color grading. It's awesome. Look how good this is. Max out the detail. That's color grading for you. Look at that. Here's a little side by side. Not the greatest side by side. And also, I don't know why I did all that. Did I? What? I hit Control Z twice and it undid everything. Okay. Cool, I guess.
Okay, that's cool.
And I just said, okay, that's cool. This is another reason why I hate editing streams because I'm saying the exact same stuff I'm saying currently in stream that I'm saying in this video.
I want a proximity mine or this.
I don't know what's happening, dude. I'm out of the I was gonna say out of the loop, but not. I'm out of the groove of editing and knowing what I'm doing and stuff, I think. Which is not weird. I was gonna say it is weird, but it's kind of not. Who even knows at this point,
I'm gonna get this, even though maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know.
Did I really go
haven't
for the
played this
wall?
that much. I've played
I
a
don't remember
few.
using this ever in this. I thought I didn't get the wall. I thought everyone else took it or something. Do I switch at the last second? I probably do. Maybe, right? Maybe not. Who knows? Let's edit everything to the audio because that's something I can do while yapping. Now, I was talking about leaning into being me, which is something I've been thinking a lot about the lore, having big, massive revelations. Is that the word? Definitely not. But I've been coming to conclusions and having eureka moments if I'm a sim in this scenario. Just drink some more water. Take care of yourself. TM. I've been thinking about emotes as well. I'm like, I need to make an emote that's like take care of yourself and it's cute and adorable or whatever.
Like matches. Oh, there's quite a few rounds in each match.
Is this the last one? Wet veneer? I don't know. Maybe because I'm like 12 years old, but it always looks like wet. I was gonna say Wiener or something, and then I'm like, haha, Wiener. But it actually doesn't look like that at all. Also, this is like the second time I've heard this album actually, so I don't even know. Like literally, but definitely not the second time hearing this next one, Not for Radio. This is crazy, dude. I've kept with playing an unfortunate amount of Fortnite. And so I've been using that legendary opportunity to first of all exercise a bunch in between matches and also when nothing's going on in the match, I'll just like do a little stretch or something. And also I've just been adding playlists on Spotify and then listening to it on my PlayStation at the same time. Because Spotify finally offered me something that I'm like, oh, this is maybe worth accepting. They're always like, oh, take 3 seconds of Spotify Premium for $0. And I'm like, no, thank you. But they gave me 4 months for $0, dude. Free trial for 4 months. All it took was me just not paying attention to their emails or whatever for like several years.
Fortnite is such a strange game.
So now I got 4 months. I got Spotify until like April or something. Pretty freaking crazy. And And so I've been listening to a lot of albums because at first I was like, I don't want to do that because Fortnite's gonna be playing in the background, it's gonna be annoying and stupid. But Fortnite's like really quiet,
Been playing it
and
for
so low-key, you really can just listen to whatever and do whatever.
many hours, probably days at this point, just this
And
season.
we still
for
haven't
some reason,
gotten
'cause-
legitimately into a match where there's like action and cool stuff. So I'm just gonna keep editing to the
Yeah.
audio and talking about lore stuff, which I bet you thought I abandoned. But look at me being a legendary YouTuber and or content creator, live streamer, man. I feel like I'm really just going for it. Mayhaps it's because I have absolutely chugged a energy drink before this. Not really. I take ages eating anything or drinking anything. I've been drinking this energy for probably like several hours. But there's an energy drink inside of me right now, you know? The new Alani, Cherry Bomb. This shit's crazy, dude. Um, so I've been drinking that along with some water next to me. Every time I say take care of yourself, usually I'm drinking water. Also because there's like one sip left of that energy drink. Um, is this just Yes. Did I just say and then say is this I don't know. But yeah, the energy drink's pretty good. Brand new flavor. Very excited. Pretty tasty. Pretty awesome. But I was thinking about this. Alani's kind of have the same base flavor, right? Am I crazy to think that? Is that just how energy drinks and stuff like that works? Probably. But like after you drink an Alani, you all of them, you kind of have the same flavor in your mouth, right? After a second, like you drink it and you're like or not you're like delicious, cheeseburger, delicious energy drink, and then, but then after a while, you're like, oh, I've been drinking an Alani because your mouth tastes like Alani, I guess. I don't know, but what the hell am I saying? Alanis have a lot of caffeine in them, I guess. I've mostly learned that caffeine is probably has an effect on me. Which reminds me of this cool realization, not revelation, that I've come to recently, which is something, an aspect I didn't think of is when thinking of the fact that I don't understand how being a human works. Like, I'm like, oh, I didn't know caffeine actually had an effect on me because I'm not like, it's not like a video game power up or something because as a kid, I like didn't exist in the real world. I like went to school and loathed it, and I'm like, oh, I hate everything. My life sucks. Um, hey, best viewers, let's go. All the message for a reason. Yo, beta? Smart detection? Dude, Twitch recognizes that best viewers is not good now? That's crazy. Especially since every single one of those messages is the same, you'd think it wouldn't be that hard to implement. But, oh, a live streamer I forgot existed just went live. I don't know if they haven't been live for a while or if I just haven't seen their stuff, but oh yes, an aspect like you got the caffeine, you got the I don't know what hard work means, and my brain isn't good at doing it because I'm like, oh, this sucks. This takes a long time. Delayed gratification? That's not real. That's not a thing. I'm just gonna stuff's happening, so I'm just gonna wait. And then this is a problem for future me, you know?
We can open this up?
This is what I said this recently in a podcast or something, but I'm like, doing a shitty editing job here is so much better than doing nothing at all. Like, I was gonna stream. I don't know why I was gonna say I was gonna stream me jerking off, which isn't true. I just mean, um, like just like fucking off and doing nothing, playing. I was gonna play Final Sentence or whatever. But I was like, oh no, let's do this because this is multitasking. And look at this. This is 3 more minutes of video that I have edited technically. And so this is great for future me. How long is this recording entirely? Holy shit, it's 2 hours 40 minutes. Love that for me. Or it's 1 hour 40 minutes, not 2 hours. So that's sick
Bro,
nasty.
what are you doing? Okay, interesting choice.
For real, for real.
I'm gonna go in and throw a wall. Can't fucking see, but now there's a wall here. Fuck, that was a horrible. Wait.
Yo, my aim is true there.
Let's freaking go.
Surprised I didn't say my aim is true like the second after I said that.
I have this emote. What is this emote? That's another thing about Fortnite. Like,
Okay, we don't need to hear me yapping about Fortnite while I'm sitting here yapping about whatever the hell. I abandoned like 3 tangents, by the way. At first I was talking about lore and then, oh, hang on. Working hard. This is the other sort of end of the sword question mark that I didn't think about, but I didn't know how to work hard. I didn't know what it felt like and the delayed gratification and whatnot. And then I came to the realization that not knowing how to work hard means I don't know how to work hard. Because I also don't know what that means because I'm doing stuff. I'm like all the time I'm doing stuff, but I think it doesn't feel like I'm working hard. It doesn't feel like I'm doing that much stuff because as I said, my brain works like I think life is a video game or whatever. I'm very sort of objective oriented. Is that the right term? I don't know. But several weeks ago, I made a note in my notes app, just like a little list. It wasn't that little of stuff that I would do in that day. And it's taken me weeks to do even just like a few things. And the more I see people yap on Instagram and stuff, they're like, oh, I'm busy. Later today, I'm like editing shorts, editing Instagram reels, you know? Make a reel, film a few things. And then I'm like, is that what being busy means? Is that what working hard means? Because like there are days where I'm working like it is my full-time job, which is cool and awesome, but I don't think I acknowledge that as much as hard work because it doesn't feel like I really accomplished that much, you know? Especially editing days. Like for the first like few weeks of this month, what did I upload recently? Because clearly I haven't been editing this video, but I remember
an emote somewhere.
I was like working every day. I would like set up my computer, I would edit and do stuff. I guess it might have been before this, like the Christmas stuff. Maybe not. I think I'm just thinking of working on secret projects. Oh, and like podcast stuff, I guess, as well.
Somewhere, right? Oh, I forgot they changed how emotes work. What's the point of favoriting emotes? It makes no sense. Or no, I guess it's never mind. It makes sense, but
I think this is something I have to cut out because I have a weirdly good memory with editing stupid shit that I've said, you know?
okay.
Like the pieces just sort of fall into place and then I'm like, oh, I remember this. This was that one thing. And I guess maybe this is just how memory works. I was thinking literally earlier today, I was like thinking about driving and whatnot because I went shopping in the big city today.
Okay.
I don't think it's that big of a city, but it's further away. It's where we do our big juicy grocery shopping every once in a while, you know? Going to Costco type shit. Get a Costco hot dog. I actually don't get a Costco hot dog that often, but got one recently because I was craving one, sort of. And then I was like, yo, I need to get these more often. They are absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. Stuff's happening. Maybe I shouldn't be cutting this to the audio because
then I should get to keep the.
Is this just a sound I just made?
Then I should get to keep the.
I think I said and, but I
Pick up.
don't know how to enunciate. 3.5 years in, still can't enunciate to save my life. You know?
And they all have shields and shit. I bought nothing.
Oh, yeah, this is when I forgot to open the buying menu. Look at this. I got 4,100 points there. That's kind of crazy. What was I just talking about? Who knows? That's annoying because I know I was just talking about something cool, kind of, because I was talking about I don't know what hard work is, and then editing recently. I've been good at it, except not. Oh, I guess that was just part of the whole thing. Oh, I was talking about driving. My dumbass started talking about Costco hot dogs. Yes, this is how memory works because I was driving earlier today, and you know, you park in the big ass parking lot, you go into a grocery store or whatever, and then all the stuff in the grocery store happens, and then you exit, and then the second you leave the doors, you're like, wait a minute, I parked somewhere in this big ass parking lot. Where the hell did I park? And I kind of just have the general vibe of where, and so I start moving towards it, and then the more I see the roads and different cars, I'm like, oh wait, never mind. I remember because some dumbass was in the way and I couldn't get into the thing. Someone cut me off. Low-key, I almost crashed into another car today, which completely wasn't even my fault, you know? Usually I'm like, how do I have a license? Well, I was gonna say low-key, I wasn't paying attention, but no, I'm often paying attention. It's just that I don't actually know all the rules, so I don't know if I should have a driver's license, but stuff
Where was that grenade
things.
at? I don't know.
I was gonna say maybe I just leave this unedited. Probably not, but I think that's a problem with future me. What am I doing? Why am I playing the video game like this?
Oops.
No one make fun of me. It's
okay,
harder to
wait,
play a video game when you have
awesome.
OBS
That's good to know.
open
Okay.
and doing something. Okay? Literally install OBS. Click start recording. You don't even have to try to be funny. You don't even have to be like, oh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber someday. You know, you don't have to be cringe or whatever. You're gonna be cringe, but it's gonna affect your playing, okay? Did I finish what I was saying? Usually I end up remembering where I'm gonna park, where I parked, because because usually some dumbass, I'm like, oh, let me go down this lane thing, and then I'll see if there's a spot down there, and then someone rushes by and goes in front of me, and I'm like, okie dokie, thank you kindly, and so I'm like, oh, I'll go to the next one. Dumbasses are in the way. I'm like, please scoot up a little bit, or um, or if you're behind the gap thing, and there's traffic in front of you, don't go ahead because you're gonna block the flow of traffic for me. You know? Thank you very much. Please and thank you. Also, I did mention I was watching Ashby earlier. Other people have ADHD in like I was gonna say useful way, but they might just be socially not inept. What's the adept? Is that the opposite of that? I think so. Right? I'm pretty sure. Oh
Okay.
shit.
And I'm dead, so now I'm gonna definitely need to buy stuff.
Okay, that's awesome. Good job, me. You're really good at video games. But yeah, some people they will do banter usefully. I'm just saying shit. I'm just saying well, I'm saying stuff into things, literally, and then saying and I don't have commentary. I really just do be saying shit, which sometimes is useful for editing because it maybe not useful, but it's made me a better editor because I have to make these videos funny somehow. And that's part of the comedy sometimes is the fact that I'm so boring and stupid that making fun of myself as an editor is a lot easier. Like if I was a pro gamer, what would I even be doing? I'd be like editing to the audio and then also just cutting in me absolutely 360 no scoping some kid. And then that would be the video. But if I suck at video games, then I can cut together me yapping and dying and then saying stupid shit, you know,
Was I talking about
and then
something? I
make
don't
fun of
even know if
myself.
the rap that I'm trying to get is even that cool.
Oh, I was
I
also
did
gonna
recently
stream
spend
again doing
so
the rap
long
because I never got
in
the rap in this video. And so I was like, oh, I'll put the little reaction at the end of this video, you know? Just do a quick little stream, playing some more rounds
another
of
rap
this weird
for
CSGO Fortnite thing,
was
and then get the rap and probably end up being like, oh, it's ugly. It's actually wasn't worth it at all. And that's how the video is gonna end or something. Oh, and that 100% is gonna be it because I did a joke at the end of this that didn't even get picked up on the mic. So that's awesome.
I don't know.
Which low-key I'm stealing this from. I stole the end of the joke of this video from like way earlier video from like the first year of doing content stuff, you know? Chewing loud, crunchy things directly into the mic, except I've accidentally fucked up my mic with using filters incorrectly over the years, which means it didn't pick up any of it, even though I was crunching directly into the mic. Like it should have picked it up. I don't know why it didn't. I
Looking
guess
for
because of
war
the
and shit.
filters, you know? Which is on my little to-do list that I made that one day, is fix my stupid mic filters, because that that'll be the equivalent of upgrading mics. Like I don't have to buy a new mic that sounds better. I can just utilize the one that I have and actually fix the filters properly.
Reason.
But also right now I'm sort of speaking out loud in a content creator manner, which means good. And it's probably picking me up and not cutting off too many times, right? Is my stream going right now? Because I'm pretty sure my PNG tuber is frozen. That's so cool. This is why having 50,000 tabs isn't good at all. Yep. Would you look at that? Now he's moving. I really dislike having all these tabs, but it's like that just is streaming. Like a lot of these, I guess I could maybe close this one, but like this is my SSD for editing. If I need to put 5,000 Vine booms in this video, which maybe I don't need open because I'm kind of just rough cutting it right now and yapping and not doing anything. Um, and OBS, of course, is for streaming. This is transparent Twitch chat up here, so I can see if the 0 viewers that are here say something. And then we got VideoTube Mini, so I can be screaming. And then music, which I don't think needs to be separate, but it makes it slightly easier, kind of, because there's also a music visual thing that somehow is still there. Oh, I guess because I opened this recently, apparently. Or maybe it wasn't. I think it was on the wrong song, or maybe that's because it just changed. I don't even know, dude. Who even knows? This could be hell to edit. I get that I just said that, I didn't just say it, but kind of. Um, I just said that having a poorly edited thing is easier to go back to and fix than just having this mountain of raw footage that you have to go through. But the way that I'm doing this might be horrible. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it'll be cool and awesome.
I'm so good at video games, guys. I don't. It wasn't an enemy. I don't think. Alright, so we are still attackers. Did we plant the thing at A? I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember who had the thing.
I don't remember who had the thing. Juncture 2026. You know, that's me. That's the thing I said. Guess I could go back to the realization with lore because I ended up going into the realization about hard work. You know, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm ever so slightly too hard on myself. I'm like, I didn't realize that what I'm doing technically maybe is hard work, maybe being busy. I don't know. I really don't. Which is strange. It's weird. And I'm definitely gonna look back on this in a few years and be like, oh, this is cringe. This is just me explaining being a human. But as I've said, I don't really know how that is. I don't know how that feels. So you know, this is all new to me, okay? I'm 14 years old. Remember, gamers? Not actually Twitch. Don't ban me.
Where you freaking go, dude? Epic Gamer moments.
Yoink.
Someone's over here.
POV Epic Gamer? I was thinking the other day because I was gonna say never mind, but I'll just yap because why not? Um Ronini, shout out Ronini, aka Ronnie.
She was just solo.
Um he's an epic streamer, man, and he gave me a shout out the other day and it showed a clip for the first time because I have clips
That's
now.
not happening.
I have 2 clips now. And it was like really quiet. Because I thought it was gonna be horrifying the first time I got shouted out and there was a clip that played. Then I was like, oh, no one can even hear this, and I don't think people really care that much, you know? He's just throwing shout outs left and right. Not to say that's a bad thing or whatever, but yeah. But you know, it's just a quick little thing that showed up.
Interesting.
And it seemed quiet. And then I'm like, technically my mic, I think I should turn it up a little bit because all of this, I always turn my audio up at least by 5. It used to be 7 decibels. But then I think I did turn my mic up slightly, but maybe not too much because now it's at 5. Because I'm like, oh, stream might be too quiet. But then I'm like, oh, I think if someone else plays a clip on their channel, like they shout you out, what? They shout you out and a clip starts playing. I think it just is quieter, just for the sake of headphone users and whatnot, just in case, I think. I said I think twice. But that's fine, I'm okay with that, you know? Because I do speak in catchphrases, and some catchphrases have several uses. Like the word like, as I have yapped about on several occasions, because you can say it in a way where you're sort of saying something else is akin to another thing, you know? You're like, oh, this thing is like this. Or the way I just used it. When you're when you say this what? No, I guess that's the same. I don't know, dude. Like is just a very common word, okay?
I put the
When did I die? Or when? Because we're on the next round, apparently. Maybe I'm just bad at editing. You know?
On the sniper.
Don't know if I ever thought of that. Kind of just doing shit. I don't know if this... Well, I keep saying this, but I don't know. I think... I'm always like, oh, I don't think this video is going to be as good as other videos that I've made because it's bad. And I said this one time sort of recently where I was like, oh, I think when I do the live recordings, I accidentally fall into streamer brain. You know, I think I actually said it on this Fortnite is CSGO live stream. But I said, what did I say? I said that, yeah, I said that I fall into streamer brain and it's way more chill. And I'm like, oh, this isn't as entertaining.
And
For a YouTube video, this isn't good. But then I get into the editing process. I start editing it, chopping it all together, adding a bunch of stupid jokes. And I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of hilarious a little bit, you know? I don't know if I ever was entertaining. I think I just look back on the actual finished videos and I'm like, oh, this is good because I'm like, it's cutting between me saying shit, stupid jokes, all sorts of stuff. Um, and all that stuff and things, as I often say, you know? Stuff and things is my catchphrase, along with apparently. Don't know why I said apparently, like it's apparently is also a catchphrase, but I don't know. I say many things often, okay? Even though I think I have a pretty decent vocabulary, once I put my brain to it and start saying things. But OBS is open, so my brain doesn't work, you know? Fuck, I just said I have a very limited vocabulary. It's not stuff isn't working up
and now
there. Gears aren't turning and stuff. Fuck.
and now I know that this route actually isn't. No.
I feel like I'm gonna end up. This is gonna end up being a Subway Surfers ass video because I'm just chopping all the audio together. I'm just gonna end up doing this a bunch so that
Here
it's
you
just
can see you're
like
going
one
so slow,
seamless thing,
and now I
you
know
know?
that this route
So I'm just like running forward and doing stuff. I just said again, but let's just not think about that. Maybe go back to the lore thing I've mentioned many times. I think we could because I kept going back to it and being like, oh wait, there was this other thing that I was just talking about. Let's go back to it, you know? We tied up a loose end or two. Mayhaps made 5,000 more. So let's go back to the original thing. Maybe not the original thing, but
other shit that's going on.
it was a decent amount of time enough ago. Did that sentence make sense? I don't know. But lore. I keep thinking I shouldn't say anything about anything at all. And I should be super private. I shouldn't say anything, but then I keep coming to the realization that I am currently nobody. Like literally, there's 0 people in this stream other than me. And VOD watchers from the distant future, maybe? VODs get a few views every time I upload them, I think. So shout out day one VOD watchers who actually they might just be clicking in for like a few seconds and they're like, this is boring and sucks. I'm actually leaving. But some of them have like 17 views. So shout out everyone shout out those other 16 people who've seen the first 10 seconds of every VOD. I know it's not the same 16 people. Just drink some water. Shout out water. I knew that was going to be me saying kind of pissed me off, honestly. Oh, I thought I was jumping to my death for a second. I just saw in the corner of my eye this, and I thought it was water, kind of, and it looked like I was jumping off a cliff here with this big, like, leading line. Maybe not leading line, but like harsh line that exists there.
Shit that's going on. Fuck. And so.
That's not commentary. I just said fuck randomly.
And so.
I didn't go back to the lore. No, I was just talking about lore because I was thinking of what I was going to go back to, and I'm like, it wasn't lore, I don't think. But it was. I was talking about lore. I was talking about I've been thinking like just I keep burping for some reason, probably because this Alani that I've been drinking, over the past few hours. I guess it's just all the bubbliness is escaping my body now for some reason. But yeah, for safety, maybe not safety, but just for like not like actual safety because I don't really care that much, but for mental safety, I've been thinking like from the beginning, let's just not say a single thing about me. I'm like actually nobody. I'm enigma of a person. Maybe not even a person, you know? I'm just a floating little skinless, faceless YouTuber in the void of the internet. But then I'm like, if I'm nobody, I might as well just say something. Say a bunch of random shit, you know? Give out little pieces of lore within these for the distant future people, the distant futurians to come back here and scour through all this trash to find little gems of lore. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I should just soon reveal
when there's
my
like
skin and flesh and where I live and my
there's
social
like
security number and all that. You know? Why not just be more open, more honest? Become a real person for once. And why was I talking about this? I don't even know. But lore. Oh, because I was saying normally I think that entire tangent was just so that I could say, oh, I was gonna say I shouldn't say this thing. But now I have that mentality of like, why not? You know? So I've said a few times that there are characters within the lore that make sense that I've sort of worked out over the years, and I know their character, I understand them, I know their archetypes and whatnot. But the first character that's going to be introduced, which is technically just me, is weirdly enough the least developed character. Because for the longest time I was like, oh, that just is me. I don't need to come up with lore. I don't need to make a character. It's just that's just gonna be me, you know? But then I was like, oh, what like cool lore, artistic for I'm 14, this is deep videos can I make with just me? Hey, good morning. Let's freaking go, Ronnie. What is up, gamer? Um, I was gonna say I don't know if I said what's up, gamers at the beginning of this stream, but I think it's just um muscle memory at this point. I think I just say what's up, gamers. That's like the oldest catchphrase I have. I speak in catchphrases, and so um that almost isn't a catchphrase at this point, and it actually doesn't even mean anything at this point. I've just been saying it for years, for everything, sometimes several times a thing. Like I'm saying what's up, gamers now. Um yeah, what is up, my guy? We're doing a weird, cringy, bad editing stream because I hate myself and I've been super inconsistent with actual content creator stuff. Unless you count Instagram, we're going absolutely crazy on Instagram. I think I've been uploading like every day on that app for like several weeks now. I don't know about several weeks, but a while.
load time.
And the text apps as well. Don't know what to call them, but Threads and Blue
Yeah, they're really
Sky
not.
and not Twitter, aka X, the everything app, because it
Here.
sucks. I'm not paying attention to this edit. I think stuff's happening now. Maybe I shouldn't be
Load time. Yeah, they're
just
really
editing
not
to the
here.
audio. Yeah, this can stay here, I
Yeah, they're
think.
really not here.
Because it's me. Watch this, my aim is true.
Fuck.
I remember.
Hang on. Fuck.
Fuck, I'm doing the exact same
Oh, fuck.
voice
Right, you're not
that I'm
supposed to
doing
do
in
this.
the
It's a
actual
bomb.
video that I'm
Because,
editing
like,
right
you
now.
die and
That's
you
kind of
lose your
hilarious.
items.
What was I saying though? Oh, I was yapping about lore. Um, I'm weirdly the least established character within
So,
my weird cringy lore because I don't know how to, like, I'm 14 and this is deepify me and make like the weird lore video short film type things with just me, because for the longest time, the sort of juncture character was it was just in the back of my head. I'm like, I don't have to develop this because this is just me. And recently I've turned it into not just me. You know? There's lore there now. I've figured it out, gamers. I've cracked the code, and I think I've literally said this before actually, but this was me like just barely coming up with this concept of doing. I was like, oh, I could do like I can lean into depression, you know? Epic depression moments. And like horror motifs, being sad and depressed and whatnot. That's me, okay? That's how I fit into the lore. I'm actually just
So,
not wanting to be alive anymore incarnate. That's my character apparently. No?
that's cool, right? Striker?
No?
That's gotta be good, right?
But yeah. Kind of insane progress. Been going for an hour? 8 minutes? I don't remember where we even started. I said I only had like a minute and a half of this edited, which was depressing. I filmed it quite a while ago. And so now here we are doing this, doing something. Doing, what am I saying? Now we're here at 8.5 minutes almost. Kinda. But also this might all suck. I'm gonna have to go in and fix all of this entirely. Was something just happening? No. The thing starts and then we do stuff, you know? Cutting to audio. Just boring editing stuff in general.
I guess I'm just showing off all my cool raps now.
And lore. I think I said everything. Like, stream started, I started yapping, I had things to say. I went on 5,000 different tangents, and somehow I kind of made my way back and tied up a lot of the loose ends that I created. And probably created 5,000 others that I am currently forgetting about. But now we've done it mostly, kind of. And now I've run out of things to say an hour in. That's kind of crazy. That's truly bizarre. This is why I want to be immortal forever and all, for all time, you know? This is why I want to live forever, gamers, is because stream started and 5 minutes in, I came up with every single tangent I wanted to go on, and an hour in, I've just finished all the things that I was going to say. So that's depressing.
You know?
And if I live forever, I can like become a filmmaker or whatever, and like make
So
cool
that's probably
stuff.
good enough.
You know, you could make every single idea you come up with, except probably not. Maybe you could actually. You know what? I don't even know. I think I'll probably be good with the amount of time that humans live now because I feel like every single idea I come up with is accidentally the same exact idea.
That guy just fucking died.
And this could actually just be because I don't like actually officially create anything, and so all the ideas that I've abandoned, I accidentally just incorporate all the stuff from those into newer ideas that I'm gonna abandon eventually. Because like I said I was gonna make a game this year and I haven't
I'm cracked.
kind of started. I don't think I started on it. Sort of. A little bit. But of course I know the next 7 games I'm gonna make. Not 7, but just like 2 or 3. And the one after this one, maybe not the one after this one, because it seems like something that would very quickly grow into the most insanely ambitious thing I've ever created, and I'm always trying to make a AAA game for some reason by myself. But one of the characters, for some reason, I'm like, I need to do voice acting right now at this very moment. And Loki, I did a little bit recently for a New Year's video. I put lore at the end of it. So like, let's go. epic lore moments, epic voice acting moments, it's not that different from my actual voice. But I guess maybe that's the point. It's supposed to be kind of similar but different. But one of the characters in that second video game that doesn't exist is actually just the exact same as one of the characters from my lore stuff. So I actually can't invent new characters, you know?
Something else that's absolutely horrifying in Fortnite is what should we want? Did they all leave?
I have not been paying attention whatsoever. We are 9 minutes in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened in this little bit here that I've edited. I've mostly been editing to the sound
What should we want? Did they all
slightly,
leave?
unfortunately. That's not true. I've incorporated me shooting a person or two in the face, you know?
Oh, they voted to surrender.
Don't take that out of context.
Okay.
I've never shot anyone in the face. I pinky promise.
We did it. Why can't I emote?
7-0. That's insane.
Usually you can.
Look, we can watch me being a YouTuber, you know? And there's a gap here. This is like comedic timing or whatever. Look at me being hilarious and professional. I could be like, we did it. Zoom real close. Oops, soccer ball. Zoom real close to the victory thing. Look at this. Epic YouTuber moments. Even preview? Does this work? It should because I have it on display capture. I'm not gonna wait to see if it worked.
Okay. We did it.
Yeah. And then if I don't say anything important, then I can just cut to the next match or whatever.
Why can't I emote? I don't care. Usually you can, but I guess it just won't let me for some reason.
This isn't important. People don't need to know that I wasn't able to emote.
Oh, bronze 2. Wait, what? Wasn't I just in bronze 3 already? Wow, my fucking eyes.
Man, I really do just be saying shit. That's awesome. Love that for me. Just randomly saying, ow, my fucking eyes for no reason. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I just go for the face reveal, bro. Because a webcam solves so many problems. You can do so many more like funny edits, comedic timing stuff, just like cutting to your face, even if you're not saying anything. You got like facial expressions and whatnot. I've been thinking about doing something kind of similar. Yo, let's freaking go onto this album. I'll listen to this album so many times because Instagram recommended me this song, Alien by Lovecat. And I'm like, this is a banger. I love this song. And then I kept forgetting, but as I said, I've been listening to more albums recently. This is my favorite one, Matador. I'm gonna do a silly little drawing for that one because sometimes I acknowledge the fact that I have a podcast that I draw on sometimes.
Oh, my fucking eyes.
And so I'm gonna draw something for that. Also, what day of the week is it? I don't have ADHD, by the way. It's Tuesday. Okay.
Oh, my fucking eyes. And I was like, and it broke. That's cool.
Oh, I guess I could include it breaking potentially.
Oh, my fucking eyes. And I was like, and it broke. That's cool. We're in silver 1 now. So this is gonna get harder.
Hey, Homer Simpson, dude, look at this.
That's cool.
Fortnite's so cool, dude. Definitely not weird or cringe or strange. Fortnite's such a fever dream. Do I know how to speak? It probably sounded mostly normal. But it's such a fever dream a lot of the time. It's like, I don't understand it. But also, I accidentally gave them a bunch of money recently. So that's cool. Because I was like, epic nostalgia moments. Because they have like several battle passes because yay money.
Oh, right. Let's just use the magic of editing.
And the weird like throwback whatever battle pass has finally made it to season 7, which was the first battle pass that I purchased. And I was like, let's go. It also has links. Haha, links. That's funny. Let me purchase this for the bit. And I was like, if I sign up for this legendary subscription thing they have, Fortnite Crew as they call it, it's only a few dollars extra and I get a bunch of extra stuff, which was really cool and awesome, except for when my phone randomly decided to delete the little date that I put for cancel the stupid Fortnite subscription you signed up for. And I didn't think I would have enough money in my account for it to even charge me for a second month of this stupid subscription. But then it did. I'm like, okay, I guess Epic materialized some money into my account and then took it from me. Thanks, gamers. So I accidentally bought 2 months of Fortnite Crew. That's cool. And I don't think I've even checked the date for when I need to cancel it again. Maybe I should just write it down somewhere so that it doesn't get deleted.
To be able to stream it. But
what am I even yapping about here? I don't know. But we've almost made it to 10 minutes. Look at me being productive. New year, new me. It's only 2:38 a.m. in the morning. Oh my god, I freaking love this song. It's so good. And I was just talking about Instagram. I don't have ADHD, but I posted a funny picture
if I was just
on
here
Instagram with
doing
this
a recording and
song.
not also a stream.
Instagram, I feel bad for people who I was gonna say people who go to my account, which is 0 people. I don't think anyone's ever visited my account. That's not true. I think it's people have seen it. I think I don't know if I've ever gotten a like on any of my photos though, even though they're all hilarious, which I'm perfectly fine with. It'll happen eventually because I'm a narcissist and it's not a possibility for me to not be rich and famous eventually or whatever. And what was I saying? I feel bad for people who visit my account not on the app because half the jokes and maybe not the jokes, but sometimes, most of the time, the music that I add to the thing adds to the joke. You know? Ow.
I'm gonna go take another sip of water and stuff, so
I don't know if I need to include this in the video, but that's a problem for future me, as I've been saying, okay? I'm gonna just cut the audio or I'm gonna cut the video, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm editing to the audio. And future me can fix it all later, you know? Fix it in post, as they say. It's crazy. I'm like pausing and not saying anything. It reminds me of recently playing Eclipsium. Executioner was I like paused. Was it Eclipsium? I think it was. I was like thinking, or maybe it wasn't Eclipsium. It wasn't. It was the yap. I did a yapping stream where I was just yapping in the void for New Year's or whatever. And I paused. I was vibing to the music. I was thinking. I was working on the thing I was working on. And Executioner was like, "Whoa, that was crazy. That was the longest you ever paused." And low-key, I think about that often. I'm like, that's true. I'm just yapping a lot of the time. Except also in this video, I stopped talking. That makes sense actually, because I was like, oh, let me make this easier for editing me. Let's go, dude. W passed me for shutting the fuck up, dude. Look at all this. Look at this. I could just cut this out. Now that's me being a professional YouTuber right there.
Why did the artist give them?
That's kind of crazy.
Yo, why did the artist give that lady such mad?
Oh, I remember this. Never mind me just um pausing. Oh, you know, there needs to be a pause here for comedic effect and whatnot. It's probably too massive of a pause, but that's a problem for future me. Okay? That's a good catchphrase to add to the not very long list of catchphrases that I have. I should have just been blunt here and said something hilarious and funny. I don't think I did though.
Like, no character in Fortnite looks like that.
Oh, this is the song that I said was my favorite. Did the song visual thing stop working? I guess probably not because oh, my PNG tuber probably did. That's awesome. I love to see that. That's so cool. Okay. Um, I don't think I was talking about anything, was I? I probably was though. I'm okay with that. Oh wait, I don't even think my PNG tuber was broken. Maybe I should start enunciating every time I say words. But I don't know. Twitch low-key abandoned me and and said screw you because mayhaps consistency is key, as they often say, but I feel like there was a point where like random people would just drop by and be like, yo, what's up, gamer? And then they would leave and I'd be like, that was cool, that was fine, that was awesome. And they haven't, even though stream is awesome now. I think. Sometimes. But now have you played with X in a while? It's been so long, I think. Loki, I keep forgetting to send him a message on Discord, being like, yo, maybe we should stream. I did all my New Year's stuff, and now it's January 20th. Would you believe that? That's insane. Um, I just keep forgetting to keep what? I keep forgetting to. Haven't seen him stream in a bit. Yeah. He said he was working on all the holidays and whatnot and doing stuff, um and then stuff and things. Loki, I haven't been streaming that much recently. Also glad to see you on. Yeah, for real, for real. I've been trying my absolute hardest to. I don't know if that's true, but um yeah, I haven't been streaming recently, which is depressing. I keep forgetting to ask Executioner if he wants to stream at all. And then I don't know, I figured I should be streaming more. I was at the beginning of this year, I was literally like, new year, new me, gamers. And then I'm like, I'm gonna make a video game. I'm gonna be a content creator because now I like kind of mostly know what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stream consistently because that's good for everything and everyone involved. Why am I don't know I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm like editing. I don't know how to be creative in editing because I know what I'm doing. Because I used to be really bad at this, and then I guess it's just because every time I came up with something new, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a thing I haven't done before. But now I'm pulling from stuff I already know how to do. And here I just saw all these little bits and pieces, and I was like, oh, I'm shooting all these little targets. I can edit these all together. That's something that I do in videos, right?
What's the point of this?
Look at that.
If it wasn't
Epic gamer
apparent.
moments, as they say. I guess we could cut these ones as well.
If it wasn't apparent, I'm playing on controller.
Oh, this doesn't make sense because I cut those all together. Would you look at that? Look at me being a good editor. Okay. Why are they? Never mind. I was like, why are these cars like that? It's because that's like the whole gimmick of this map.
Which isn't an excuse for me even, because I've been playing on consoles.
I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm a bad streamer. Maybe not, actually. I don't know. I was thinking of something, and now I'm not thinking of that, you know? Okay, now I am being a bad streamer because I'm just being cryptic and not saying anything at all. But I don't know if it matters what words I'm saying because I am constantly just saying words and yapping, and most of it doesn't make sense, but sometimes I say something kind of cool. Like, I don't know, earlier I was talking about editing. Editing poorly is good. And also, Loki, I've been saying some cool stuff this stream.
I'm
Saying,
playing.
I don't remember. But Loki, you're just going to trust me, okay? I've been saying cool stuff. I'm smart, I promise.
Before I could probably form memories, which is kind of insane.
Should I be paying attention to what I'm saying in this video? Maybe. I think that's kind of a requirement for editing a video. You kind of need to know what's going on, just for context and whatnot. Okay. Being a good streamer, looking at my phone mid-stream. I guess there's fun things happening. I got a little PNG tube where people can look at. There's music going on. I guess not for VOD watchers. Unfortunate for VOD watchers. Which is something I need to look into. I need to add at least boring background music for VOD watchers, even though it's so hard to find good music that YouTube isn't going to be mad at you for. Even although like YouTube videos and playlists and whatnot, they're like, oh, play this on stream. It's lo-fi, it's cool. Background music for streaming. And then YouTube's like, actually, you're not allowed to do that. This is all copyrighted. And it's like, cool, thanks for muting my video. Love that happened. Actually, I don't think YouTube mutes your video. They just get mad at you. Yeah, I need to find and or make some background music. I don't think I can make music. If I did, I don't know, I could make something. I could make background noise. I do that. Like, watch this. Wait. OBS. Jump scare. Nope. Wait. No source selected? Okay, so it actually doesn't work anymore, apparently. But there's background noise that's supposed to be there that I made, you know? Because sound design, I made a hilarious text post. You know? As I said, I don't know what to call them. They used to be tweets, and now it's not on Twitter, so they're just text posts. You know, that's how they work in my brain. But I said low-key sound design is just slowing down a bear trap sound to 3%. Which is true. Like, speed change, look at this. You undo pitch correction, you can make the craziest sound if you just hit 2%. This is me saying never mind, I don't think it's even gonna work on here because it's broken. That's so cool. I love that. I spent so much time and other stuff being like, oh, I need to. That's why there's a soccer ball here, because I'm like, oh, let me retime the audio, or let me configure things so I can retime audio. And then it didn't even work, even though I tested it and it did work. YouTuber. I love when that happens. It's so fun for me. That's something I've been talking about recently. The minutia of content creation. Like, adding bios, doing boring stuff. making new accounts. What am I?
Oh,
Oh, I'm saying I thought I was saying I'm like I need to cut this out. Why do I say 50,000 times per video? I've probably said 50,000 times just ever since Ronnie joined, you know? Which was recently, I think. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, no time has passed at all whatsoever. And then I look over and I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I feel like the second I obtain a real job, I'm gonna, it's actually gonna be bad for me. I'm like, oh, I need to like get out of the house, stare at the sun for a second, um, move around more. I guess I've been moving around more. I've been like working out pretty consistently. Um, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be good for my mental health, but actually, I'm gonna end up sleeping for like 4 hours every day, which is gonna be awesome, dude. I've been thinking for the longest time I need to catch up on life because I've slept so much of my life away. Um, so I'm like something super sustainable and cool that I could do is just sleep 4 hours every day. Because you could get so much done if you did that. It would be so
um,
cool. Because there's nowhere near enough hours in a day. Like we've edited like 10 and a half minutes of video here. Um, or we've gotten I don't know how much we've edited. How long is this now? Um, I guess like 10 minutes. So it's sort of stayed the same. So we've edited like 10 minutes of video in an hour and a half. That's so cool. It would have been
other people?
a quite a bit quicker if I wasn't also streaming. Um, but an hour and a half, I guess that's kind of decent, but also I'm not like doing any crazy edits right now. I'm just sort of editing all the audio or to the audio or
You
whatever.
know it's good for attackers because I can put proximity mines.
Yeah, this song's cool. This guitar part.
Next to the
I was gonna say take care of yourself because I'm gonna drink a little thing of energy drink, which isn't good for me. I'm gonna consume the rest of this energy drink, but then I'll stretch. You know, that definitely offsets an energy drink, right? If you stretch. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I've been thinking a lot about emotes and um redeems and stuff that I should do for when I get affiliates and alerts, which I think I can configure now. It's just a lot of work. That's minutia of content creation, right? That's like annoying background stuff that you have to do. No one talks about minutia enough, you know? Is it just because it is boring? You know? Like all those years ago when I was like actually a cringy small child and I was like, I want to be a YouTuber. No one was like, actually it sucks and it's boring and it's annoying half the time. But it's fulfilling mostly, you know? It's cool to have videos, but it's not that cool to be making them. But this is cool, this is fun, you know? Editing, yapping, doing stuff. I don't know if it's that fun or cool. I'm gonna look back on this VOD and I'm gonna be like, actually, that was that kind of sucked. This one's kind of cool though, which I feel like I say often. When I'm in stream, I'm like, oh, this one's a banger. And then I click on the VOD and it's actually me just saying and then pausing and then saying something stupid.
something that's kind of horrifying with
And I just keep doing that for like several hours. So that might be this one, but I feel
There's
strangely more. I was gonna say, maybe not strangely more energized. I did just drink an energy drink with 200 milligrams of caffeine, so that's cool. But that's something. Hang on, I've got this. It's also this. This is this stream. This is why it sucks because I say something and then I instantly forget it somehow. Like when I'm in it and I'm like here in my brain thinking of what to say next and whether or not it's stupid or not, if I like should have it on the internet forever and for all time. So it seems like a lot when I'm in my head and my brain's going a million miles a minute and thinking of 5,000 different things at once. And so when there's a gap and I'm here in my brain, it feels normal. It feels cool. But then you click on the VOD and it's just cringe and boring and not good. Because I'm actually just sitting here. And then I forget everything. And it seems impressive how quickly I forget what I'm talking about. I'll be like, gamers ever thought of this thing? And then I'll say, and then I'm like, wait, what was I talking about?
like,
So that happens often. Also, I haven't been paying attention if stuff is happening in the match. Is this still the first match? It is. It's still 0-0. This is another thing about editing is because of the amount of you're having to cut in between audio and thinking about other stuff, it feels like you're getting through so much. But then sometimes in the game, absolutely nothing has happened. Like, is this the second match that I played with the first round? This is the first round of the second match, and we've been editing this for an hour and 37 minutes.
but I should be safe as long as no one emotes though.
Oh shit, that's right. This audio has to be elsewhere. Or no, there's video later that I was gonna cut here because I was gonna do a very, very funny joke, but then it didn't work out. Let's actually put a marker here. And we can name it. Let's go. I love learning new DaVinci things because I can just hit M twice and then you can edit this marker. What am I putting here? I don't know, emo joke? Sure. And then I'll make it orange because then I'm like, oh, that's the thing I need to remember to do. Sure. Yeah, that works. That's me being good at editing or whatever. Am I about to die? Why am I out in the open like that? Oh, and I should
So true.
not cut the audio because
In VOD
I just killed someone. Something just happened.
set up a legendary job,
Because
and then
throughout this whole video, I don't know if I actually do that well.
you can't emote here for some reason.
There might be like
'Cause
one.
I was gonna emote.
Oh, I'm
that
supposed
was
to
gonna be
actually
the
cut out
thing.
all this audio, so never mind. But stuff and things, you know? What is wrong with me? I was making fun of me saying stuff and things earlier, and I'm just sitting here saying stuff and things.
And yeah, we just lost. That's cool.
That's so cool. But also, I'm dead, so let's maybe cut all of this potentially.
Blows up immediately. Why would you want to? Oh, I guess there's some use cases for blowing people away with that.
Some use cases for blowing people. Wow, this is really gonna be annoying to edit. Maybe I just skip all this and I'm like, oh, this is a problem for future me.
I don't know. Maybe we splice the audio gamers?
And then I can't include that
I
audio.
can actually get two of those? Okay.
This is so cool.
Just emote here, right?
Earlier I was ranting and raving. I was like, oh, what was I saying? I was like, oh, I shut the hell up in between the loading screens so that it would be awesome for editing me. And then I sit here, I say stupid shit, and I'm like, oh, future me, put this video earlier, you know, splice everything together. Just real quick, you know, I'm sure it'll be super easy for you.
Just running off and dying. I kind of want to, like, protect the device and whatnot, even though I just died behind the person who was protecting the device. And I could have placed a little mine or been a little bit better at the game. But why would I do that when I could just not? Is this... You can't go over there? That would have been good to know.
That's right. This is the... We can do a funny cutoff here, because this... Pulling from jokes that I made in the past. That's kind of what I just do at this point. When I started saying that I've stopped becoming a content creator, and now I just have to be a content creator consistently, because I know what I'm doing. What I meant by that was I've built up a catalog of stupid jokes. That's not even that big, and it's not even that funny or cool. And now I'm just stealing from past me, just constantly. Even during live streams, when I like don't really know what to say, or certain like situations happen in game or something, I will steal jokes from previous me because I'm like, oh, if I steal from previous me from videos, that's already edited, that's already thought through. That's a funny joke. Let me steal that joke. Although I guess by that logic, comedians, professional stand-up comedians are constantly stealing their own jokes.
Okay.
Because they like have material. You know, this is my material, if you will. I edited it, I created it through the years, and now I'm redoing it for live audiences of me, myself, and I often on stream.
We're gonna win.
And sometimes Ronnie, I guess. You know?
We're gonna win.
I have serious doubt that we're gonna win. Actually, if I do recall, I think we lose this. I think we just keep doing the same thing and then I keep dying instantly.
We're gonna win.
Was that me dying instantly that I cut out? Or
my team though? We're gonna win.
No, I think I died and I'm spectating.
Okay. I believe in my team.
Is this me playing currently? No, it's not, because this hand. Okay.
We're gonna win.
Hang on. Wait. Sometimes I think this is evil, but I'm going to splice the audio because it's funnier. It's not that evil because, especially with YouTube, you have to,
I believe in my team though.
What was I saying? With YouTube, you have to be funny and audience retention or whatever. You know?
I believe in my team.
So I'm gonna just splice the audio.
We're gonna win.
You know? Why do I say you know every 2 words? But this is gonna be funny, okay? It's funny cutoff.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Hang on.
We're gonna win. I believe in you.
Okay, you can't even hear what I'm saying that well. I hate when I want to do a cutoff joke and my dumbass and potentially my mic that I've destroyed with putting filters on it improperly. But sometimes I just sort of trail off and it's super quiet. And so the cutoff thing doesn't even make sense because you don't know what I'm saying because you can't even hear me properly. Although this whole stream, I feel like I've been projecting slightly, saying words properly for the most part. So if it sounds bad, it's definitely my mic's fault, which in turn is my fault because I'm the one who messed it up. Also, I just drank water. That's why I shut up for 2 seconds. Shout out water. Also, just realized I forgot to stretch earlier. Let me just do one single, simple stretch for a second to offset that small amount, that 200 milligrams of caffeine.
It's too late for that. Okay. I believe in my team though. We're gonna win.
So you can't even tell I'm saying we're gonna win because I trail off slightly. Although maybe it's because I have slightly loud music playing in my ear. Is this cut off weirdly here? I don't know.
I believe in my team though. We're gonna win. I believe in you, Chewy. I believe in you, Chewy.
What did I say?
I believe in you, Chewie.
I said Chewie because he's playing as Chewbacca. Which means this needs to be, this needs to exist properly. Hang on. Shit. I don't think this is how people are supposed to edit. I don't think I edit or do anything in the way you're supposed to do it because most people like use these different tabs here. Most people probably use the edit tab. I kind of despise the edit tab. Like, I get this is how editing softwares usually work, but I don't like having all these little clips floating here. I think it looks much better when it's like this. It's just easier to look at and to work with and whatnot. Except it often breaks DaVinci entirely somehow, especially if you're trying to do sound design. Never do sound design. Never add 1 or 2 filters to different sound clips because then
I believe in you, Chewie.
that really breaks things.
I believe in you, Chewie.
This is like actually an organic cutoff thing that I could do. Even though I just did the same joke
Too
here.
late for that. Okay.
I also hate when that happens because I'm not good at
We're gonna win.
planning things. Oh, I guess if this actually happens here, then this can be
I believe in my team now.
entirely not organic
win.
because I had already messed with the audio, I'm pretty sure. Or did I? I'm confused now. Because this lines up and
I
not.
believe in you, Chewie. You need to be back.
Oh, I guess because the video is not good. Hang on, maybe I just make it normal.
It's too late for that. Okay. I believe in my team now. We're gonna win. I believe in you, Chewie.
Because that's funnier, I think. You know, someone dies, I'm like, we're gonna win, and then I believe in you, Chewie, and then he fucking dies immediately.
I believe in you, device. Okay. Maybe we didn't pick us.
But this is also kind of funny. See, this is messed up because now I like have creative choices or whatever, and I have to be a good editor or content creator or whatever, YouTuber and whatnot. So now I'm like, I don't know. Shit's weird because I could have done the funny little cutoff here, and then I'm like, oh, there's actually an organic thing here. But then I say this funny haha thing. I don't know if it's that funny. It's just sort of I'm just saying shit. Comparatively, it's funny because I don't say that many funny things in in videos and whatnot.
I believe in you, device. Okay. Maybe they're diffusing.
Low-key gamers, that 200 milligrams of caffeine is wearing off.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we just lost.
My brain stopped working. I ran out of things to say. I got a notebook over there. Actually, I can look at things I've written down. I don't know if it's if there's good stuff in there. I don't remember the last time I actually used the notebook. But yeah. I also don't know if I've been saying more or if I just have been noticing it more and I've actually just been saying it 5,000 times. This album is still playing? That's kind of crazy.
If any of the people who are actually good at this leave, then it's game over for me.
Can DaVinci like not be lagging?
Okay. I promise.
I also don't think I should be editing to audio anymore. Maybe what time? It's 3 in the morning? 3:11 a.m.? I don't know anymore. I'm like, there's some stuff I could be doing, should be doing. I don't know.
I promise.
So I'm like, maybe we end, but also we're almost at 15 minutes of video. So maybe we get to that point. But also I desperately need to catch up. I did this live stream more than a week ago because it's not a VOD on Twitch anymore.
I'm not gonna get on mic
And also I unlisted it on YouTube. It just exists in the little VOD playlist. I think this was like at least a week and a half ago. I don't know. Sometimes I forget. Like it feels way longer than I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. The caffeine is going away, and time is also passing, and I guess my brain's just shutting off.
Meanwhile,
What am I saying?
meanwhile. How do I punch? Is there a punch button? But I'm just gonna hope and pray
Hang
that
on,
they
I could do a
don't
funny
leave.
joke here.
Meanwhile. How do I punch? Is there a punch button?
Hang on. Was this just okay?
Meanwhile. How do I punch? Is there...
And then funny joke for future me to do. Usually I keep a little text thing here. Even though I could just 100% use markers because that's what I did earlier, but why not just switch between them? You know? What am I doing? Oh, I don't know. Punch joke. Hopefully future me knows what that means because sometimes I'll write that. I'll write funny joke ideas for me for future me to do. And then I
wanted to punch that guy in the
won't
face.
remember what it means by the time I get to it. So good luck, future me. I'm putting a lot of work on your shoulders this time around. Sorry, gamer. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
I think there must have been a punch button, right?
I don't think there is a punch button, but I could have swore there was. You know?
I could have swore there was. I don't know why, but I just feel like
Okay, I
wasn't.
didn't know I actually verbatim was going to say the exact same thing 2 seconds later.
Maybe I'm getting deja vu right now. Maybe that's why I think there's a punch button, because deja vu.
Maybe I'm getting deja vu from the future.
I don't know. Sometimes I think my brain, like,
I don't know if this is important. Me just explaining how
sometimes I think
deja
my
vu
brain.
works. I don't think it is because sometimes it's strange and peculiar. I get like intense deja vu. Is that a thing? Deja vu too? It's pretty crazy. But low-key stuff happens like that. I keep saying on Instagram, which means it's real and factual, but there's a new type of person. New type of person just dropped, but like how there's introverts and extroverts, there's like Outroverts, I think is what it's
I don't
called.
even know, but
And every time I read the description, again on Instagram,
what?
so
I
I
don't
was gonna
even
say
know.
take this with a grain of salt. Maybe just don't listen to what I'm saying,
Hell?
but
What gun did they have?
it
That
kind
did
of
so
sounds
much
like me
damage. They must have had a shotgun or
whenever
something.
I read what it means. But it's like it's basically just in the middle of both of them. It's like you recharge on your own, but also I don't remember what it is. It depends on the type of people. It's like you're a picky introvert or kind of picky extrovert. I don't know.
And I was fully like, oh, I'm gonna
I
put
guess
some
just
money
both. It
here so
literally
that
is
if
just the
someone.
mixture of both of them, basically. But low-key, that's me because I think people are interesting and fascinating, and I like hanging out with people, even though I'm insanely socially inept, and so I can't hang out with people. And I think most people think I'm like really rude and I hate everyone because I don't really say anything, and people often
Then they
say I
just
look
would not.
scary and rude or mad or something. I don't know. People really do just be projecting shit onto me because most of the time I'm like just not making facial expressions at all. Like I'm just existing. But people come up to me and they're like, "Are you okay? Are you sad? Why do you look so angry?" I don't know. I've gotten all sorts of expressions that people think I'm experiencing emotions when I'm not. Like I'm just standing here, bro. Why do you think I hate you? Why do you think I'm depressed?
Late
Well,
for
I am
that,
depressed, but
so
like, why do you think I'm super sad? Okay? Nothing happened. I'm
yes, No.
I'm normal. Nothing sad has happened to me within the last, I don't know. But also, what the hell, Twitch? I was talking about this earlier.
Yoink?
Sometimes people pop in. You know what it is? It's actually because I haven't been streaming long enough. Because usually, if you go for like 4.5 hours or 5 hours, near the end, a lot of people will kind of pop in and be like, yo, what's good?
Yoink?
And then leave or something. But if you do little 1-hour streams, then yeah, no one is ever going to appear. I wonder why that is. I guess because Twitch enjoys money and other stuff. I don't even know. I guess because Twitch hates people or something. You know what it is? They probably want you to stream for a very long time, even if you're not making them money by having ads on your thing, because they want to build that habit of streaming for many hours. So that way, once you do start making the money, you're making them more money. Right? I don't know. Twitch is evil. That sounds like some evil shit they do. Yeah, I can't believe this album's still going. Isn't this? This is this last song, I think. Yeah, this is Bad Books. So maybe we speedrun editing. Look at this. We got 30 more seconds to
Do I go for it?
obtain.
No.
So we do this, it gets to 15 minutes, and then the album ends. And actually, I forgot I have to do a 45-minute outro because I often do that. Although I've kind of been not doing that recently. I've kind of just been saying farewell, goodbye. I need to go do other stuff. I don't think I need to go do other stuff. I just need to like brush my teeth, wash my face, which takes significantly less time than I think it does. Like,
Right?
it's kind of crazy what you can do in certain amounts of time because I got a bunch of workout stuff for Christmas because I've been I think I gave off the impression, or maybe I think it's just sort of natural to assume that other people have shit figured out. And so I mentioned that I've been like working out when I kind of meant that I've been trying to work out more, and then I had only been doing it not very consistently. Like working out existed, and I was like, "Oh, I've been working out," you know? It's like obtaining a new catchphrase. It's not like that. It's like wanting to. It's like saying I'm not going to say and then that's just a new concept that I've introduced. So I had introduced the concept of working out, and I was like, I've been working out more. And so people got me workout stuff. But I actually have been working out now. But literally because I got a legendary little yoga mat. And I was like, you know what'd be so cool? Becoming a bodacious babe, dude.
This spider guy's definitely gonna die.
So I'm like, whoa, that was the craziest voice crack that's ever happened in my entire life. Guess I'm going through puberty again. That's crazy. But
fuck, I kind of just want to chuck.
But I was like, how do I obtain the craziest massive ass in 2026? And so I looked at little workout videos, and there's this. I think I don't remember. The video is called like 5-minute butt lift or something, and it's 5 minutes long. The video is 5 minutes long. You lay on this yoga mat, and it's like different variations of.
Wait, what?
Like a butt bridge? Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Where you like move your pelvis upwards and you squeeze your butt cheeks or whatever. And it's different variations of that.
As well?
And it's 5 minutes long, and you do that every single day for the rest of your life. And the results are kind of crazy. But also, I also been doing like 5,000 other things because turns out you don't need to learn how to work out. You just need to learn exercises that you can do passively,
What even happened there?
which is kind of cheating because I've been playing an unfortunate amount of Fortnite, and I just do exercises in between matches, like actually,
Like fully, what happened?
and then you end up doing a bunch of sets of stuff.
Like
Crazy switch up in music. We're not listening to albums anymore. It's just random songs that Instagram recommended me. Um, and also something else I was saying. Oh yeah, you do a bunch of exercises in between matches. And even bed rotting, dude. There's exercises you can do while laying in bed. And low-key, my ass is giant now. So, mission accomplished, gamers.
I mean, luckily I'm.
And when I started working out, I said that on stream, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Is this just because I'm 14 years old? Not actually, and a man, but barely working out. I had like a little teeny tiny bit of definition in my arms when they were previously just like weird, like smooth noodles that existed that were attached to my body. And now I flex and low key, my biceps like exist, which is kind of crazy.
My team members voted to surrender?
You know? Oh yeah, they voted to surrender because they hate me. Oh my, never mind. It's 0-7. I don't know. I think they just maybe it was because they hate me. I have not been paying attention. I think I've
What even
been
happened?
doing a
Like
horrible
fully,
edit
what
here.
happened? You're so fucked.
I think I cut out the
Like
part where I
fully, what
died entirely.
happened? You're.
Oh no, because when were they voting? Shit, dude, I'm bad at editing. Hang on. Let me. Well, there's actually so much I cut out here. What is wrong with me?
Like fully, what happened?
Because I was running?
You're so fucked, dude.
I don't even understand what happened there. Oh, it wasn't 0-7. It's just that since we forfeited, it was 0-7.
I mean, luckily I'm. My team members voted to surrender? I mean,
Okay.
luckily I'm.
Here, let me be a good YouTuber. There's a little bit of a gap for people to be like, hey, yo, what happened? And then that's when we put this in here. Let me go yoink. And then we zoom like an epic YouTuber. Look at me, I'm doing actual edits. Oops, let's not tilt it, you know? Even though something bad is happening. Dutch angle, anyone? Look at me, I know about filmmaking. Not really, not that much. But I guess that's usually alluding to something bad happening, not like, oh, your defeat is on the screen right now. I don't know if that's when you would do a Dutch angle. That's what it's called, right? I'm pretty sure. I always think that it's something else.
When did that happen?
But then I look it up and I'm like, oh, it's actually, that's just the name for it. But also 15 minutes. Epic gamer moments. Okay. We got 15 minutes of video for future me to figure out what the hell I did wrong. So you're welcome, future me. And also, you're welcome, gamers from the future and current, I guess, for the legendary stream, because I'm a narcissist. And this was a legendary stream. It was actually pretty good comparatively. I didn't use anything. I didn't open my SSD whatsoever. So let me close that. And this, right? We can just go back to here. Oops, a music video is playing. YouTube doesn't like when that happens. And then I could close nothing. But I can unplug my SSD and start the process of... Oh no, I was going to close DaVinci because it doesn't need to be there anymore. Did I save? I don't know. Hopefully. Did I save? Hang on. I'm crashing it? It closed. Okay. Oops. This is not... I promise I'm good at this. I've been doing it for maybe almost a year. I don't remember when I started streaming. Probably not almost a year. It was like midsummer or something. I don't think it was though. I remember I kept thinking that it was near the beginning of the year when it wasn't because I started a cringy little podcast thing and then I also started streaming, and those two things felt a lot closer together, but they actually weren't at all, kind of. But yeah, um, outro question mark? I think. Hang on. I don't know if there was anything else. Was there? I think the next song that's gonna play is kind of awesome. Sex, Drugs, and Existential Dread. This is an absolute freaking banger. Okay? So this song's about to end, that one's about to start playing. Let me think of something to actually say for like an outro. Why is it significantly louder? I think this song was just quiet, actually. Some songs, because it's YouTube music, I'm like, oh, I like to include the. It's actually kind of loud. Um, because it's YouTube music, I like to include music videos whenever I can, but sometimes music videos are really quiet. And sometimes I add them without even thinking, and there's actually like 10 seconds of extra stuff that I don't want to listen to. And usually it's just like silence and or credits. And most of the time I just don't fix it. It just sort of exists like that forever. I'm gonna just listen to the song for a second and drink this water. Shout out water. Take care of yourselves or whatever. Well, I could talk about that for a second. I was talking about minutia, and earlier I was thinking about emotes and whatnot. I've got a Google Doc of emotes that I need to make. I just need to draw them on my stupid little podcast and then make a YouTube video about it so that people will go follow my Twitch. Here's the thing. I've mentioned my Twitch in videos that have gotten 100 views and more, 200 views even, right? I'm pretty sure. Um, and I have gotten 0 Twitch followers from that. Maybe 33 followers. I don't know how many of that is from anything. You know? What was I gonna say though? I need to do emotes. Thinking about lots of emotes, thinking about lots of designs and things. Lots of cool stuff. But also outro. Because this song's actually gonna end. And I've just been saying, what am I gonna say for the past 2 minutes and 36 seconds, you know? So the next song is gonna start. But I don't know. This song isn't like an insane epic banger. It's 4 minutes 18 seconds though. So low-key, maybe I just be a professional live streamer and just bail on you guys. Just be like, actually, I have to leave now, and then click stop streaming, you know? So I'm gonna do that. Goodbye. Farewell. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and wash my face because that's another New Year's resolution. Because I need to wash my face more and moisturize because I'm gonna be the wrinkliest person in their late 20s of all time um because I sleep fully on my face. People are like, "Oh, sleeping on your side is bad. You're gonna gain wrinkles on your face." One time I accidentally opened my phone camera while I was laying down, and I was like, "Dude, what?" There are so many wrinkles there because I sleep on my face, not even on my side, because like I'll turn over and like smash my face into the pillow. I'm just like in there, bro. It's insane. So like I'm gonna look absolutely insane, and I'm not even gonna be that old. And my hairline, it's running away from me. Not true. Kind of true. I'm all right with that. It's not too bad at this point in time. At this juncture in time, ayo. Um, Loki been thinking about doing a hairline reveal, skin and flesh reveal. Lots of cool stuff coming, but probably way further into the future than I think it is. Because shit's hard to do. I was talking about that earlier in the thing. I was like, I don't know, but I've been thinking I need to do the lore thing. I'm like, oh, maybe skin and flesh reveal after we do a lore thing, maybe some weird stuff, and then more lore, and then skin and flesh, you know? And then I got a really cool idea of how to do that. But the thing I forget is that I can't just be like, oh, real quick, we'll just do these first um massive things that I have no clue how to do. Lots of lore, lots of stupid stuff. Even the smallest of lore things, like running around my room in the middle of the night, setting up my tripod, being like, does this camera angle work? No, that's actually not at all what I was trying to do. You know, I'm really, really bad at thinking of stuff in my brain that is going to work in reality. Because I'm like, oh, what if there was this really cool camera angle that actually isn't possible at all? That would be cool. Let's go for that. But yeah, a couple of people appeared. I don't know why they're doing it later. I guess I was just talking about it. Because streaming for longer, usually people pop in at the end. Maybe it's also the time. Although I don't know if that makes sense because I'm building an audience in like Europe and other countries that I know because I'm American. Um, because of the time that I stream. It's like fully 3 a.m. all the time for me. And would you look at that? I yapped for the entirety of this song. So hope you thought it was cool. The Velveteers, very cool band. They got 2 drummers. Insane band, dude. 2 drummers and this lady person. She plays baritone guitar. Very cool, very awesome. I must leave. I must escape from myself because otherwise I'm just going to yap here until I piss myself, I guess. I kind of have to pee for some reason, even though I did that before stream. Okay? I guess I drank nearly this entire cup of water and the last like 2 sips of my energy drink. So there's that. And that's it. That's the end, I think. I think I'm just going to say bye, farewell. Take care of yourself. That was something I was saying at the very beginning of this intro. How long was this intro? Longer than it should have been. So I'm ending stream now. Good luck to you all. Bit of a weird thing to say. I don't know why I said that. I said it and I was like, that's kind of, why did I say that?